started out, I did everything that the lowest man on the totem pole does. And back then we had one computer that had the internet. And it seems really weird, but our office had one computer that had this, the World Wide Web on it. And it was a big deal for us. If I needed to find out where a country was, I needed to look I had to pull out like an almanac and look it up. And I did, and we read the paper every single day, the hard copy paper, to see what was going on in the world, and we sent emails very sparingly on that one computer that we had. That was the only one that sent emails, and we didn't have our own addresses. If we did want to send press releases out, we had to write them, fax them to our client for approval. If they had changes, we had to, and they faxed the changes back, we had to actually make the changes, retype it, refax it over, get the final okay, and once that was approved, we had to put a media list together, print labels out, make copies of the release if we needed to send it to 200 people, 200 copies, put it through a paper folder or folder ourselves, and stuff 200 envelopes, and then stamp all of them.
And then hope that we would publish it, right?
Yeah, and then hope that somebody on the other end got it. And when we did follow up, 2, 3, 4 days later, however long it took the mail to be delivered, if somebody did not get it, we asked if we could fax it over to them. And now, obviously, my life is a lot more simple because I can write something, get my client to email me changes, text me changes, send me the corrected info, and I can email it out to journalists with a push of a button.
But I didn't want to be involved with the social networking things, and I wasn't a fan of MySpace either. But Tony wanted us to blog regularly. And I had a blog, but it got pretty meager traffic. And when I went out to cover the President Obama's inauguration in 2008, I remember kind of complaining to a friend of mine who I was with, who was very much into social media and that sort of thing, about my web traffic. And she's like, well, what sites are you on? I wasn't on any, and she convinced me to get on, and as an experiment. And in one day, my web traffic doubled.